Say, little bitch, you can fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive, these is red bottoms, these is bloody shoes. Hit the school, I can get them both. I don't wanna choose, and I'm quick, cut a nigga off, so don't get comfortable. Look, I don't dance now, I make money move. Say I don't gotta dance, I make money move. If I see you now speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I'm a boss, you a worker, bitch. I make bloody moves. Now she say she gon' do what or who? Let's find out and see.
Hi there, this is Jason's cutie, formerly known as Cutiful Angel. I know I haven't added any content in a while. As I mentioned before, I'm not too crazy about YouTube. I don't really like to, support this site too much because I'm not, a fan of how loose and permissive YouTube is with its guidelines and policies. They just seem to take down some of the most awesome videos for just any little reason or really no reason, while they allow like the worst sort of bullies to excel. So that's much of why I'm not here too often. But, this time there was just something that was kind of bugging me that I just wanted to share. I really tried to ignore it and brush it off, but, the more I tried to ignore it, the more it bothered me. I don't know if anyone can relate to that or not, but anyway, I just wanted to briefly share that because it just felt so disturbing to me that I felt like it actually would be kind of irresponsible of me not to put it out there. So, yeah, that's why I just decided to kind of express that, in this video. So, anyway, there was this one YouTube influencer I once looked up to. I used to like her and, I actually still do. And I actually still follow her because, in the past I've found her videos very helpful in guiding me on how to deal with, some toxic relationships that I had once been the victim of. But, as you can see, I actually had left, kind, encouraging comments on her videos from before. And, she in turn left, a heart on the comments I had left. And, yeah, but more recently, she stated something to the effect that, if a victim of abuse chooses to stay with an abuser, then the victim is partly at fault for the abuser's actions. And, I guess those who are familiar enough with my content knows that I always advocate very strongly against victim blaming and victim shaming. So, I'm not trying to say all this to make her look or feel bad or anything. For the sake of propriety, I won't mention her name or reveal her identity or anything. But, in all reality, I actually still think she is an otherwise lovely person, both inside as well as outside. And I just felt that I had to speak up because I kind of was disappointed by her comments, and I disagreed with her, and I pretty much told her this in so many words, and I did try to, be as positive and constructive as possible, but, because I saw that others were agreeing with her, this made me feel very concerned. It's probably not in my business, so, people have a right to believe whatever they want, but, and yeah, even though I tried to be as respectful as possible, she deleted my comments, and that was what was really bothering me, and then she hearted all the comments saying, "You're right, I was stupid for ignoring the red flags, this, and this," but, and don't get me wrong, I'm not taking this personally, I just, I mean, I know I can't expect every YouTuber to like me, and I know it's their right to not like me or something that I write, but when someone just dirty deletes like that, it tends to make me feel very suspicious of that person. So, that's just why I felt like I should probably just warn others, I mean, if they do recognize the person that I'm talking about, or, yeah, if by some fluke, they do recognize her voice, or even if she, sees this video, um, I would like her, to know that, it's okay to be wrong, sometimes. I mean, it's not the end of the world, to make mistakes. I mean, I just, I wasn't trying to, get her all butthurt or whatever, but I mean, I just wanted her to know that this is, the reality. I mean, it's never the victim's fault, regardless of, whether they choose to stay with that person or not. But that's what she was implying. So, and, I know I'm not perfect myself. I know that I myself sometimes say things that I shouldn't. And, you know, that's That's why when someone calls me out, I'm willing to own up to my mistakes and apologize and then just move on and grow from it. It's not a big deal, We're not perfect, We're all works in progress, as the saying goes. So, this is just why, I think that erasing comments that could potentially help other viewers who this lady was causing to mistakenly victim blame themselves like that. I mean, that just seems narcissistic to me. I mean, believe me when I say that I really did think about ignoring this and letting it go. I mean, at first I was just thinking, to hell with her. She doesn't care about her viewers. She's only about, her own vanity and about the revenue, whatever. But, it's kind of weird because, I'm sorry, maybe I should have mentioned this before. I don't remember if I did or not, but um, she's actually a tarot reader, and, I don't take tarot readings completely seriously. I tend to take them with a grain of salt. Like I only follow them just for, entertainment reasons, because that's what they're all about anyway. They're only, for entertainment purposes, I believe. They're not really to, replace advice from a real professional or, a medical professional. But, um, I still find them interesting and, insightful at times, and, somewhat instrumental in helping with any, sort of relationship issue I might be going through, with, some of the guys that I've dated. And, but yeah, it's weird because even though I don't claim to have any special powers myself, like I believe I might in some way be considered an empath, and I think I might have my own intuitive abilities, and this is why I just save screenshots of my comments, you know, because, yeah, I really wanted others to know that they shouldn't listen to anyone who tells them these things, regardless of who they are, regardless of how much clout or how much, popularity or money or whatever that they have. I really wanted people to know this. And I really did have a feeling that she would remove my comments. So, you know, that's why my instincts just told me you know, to screenshot them. And others who have left, similar comments, I mean, out of respect for those people, I'm going to just leave, their screen names out, because I'm not sure if they really want me to include their comments or not. So, I'm just going to have to respect that. But yeah, she removed those comments from those people too, not only mine. So, yeah, that's just really like weird to me, because she really seems like the real deal, and I'm just really disappointed, in her. I thought she was better than this. I feel like she really violated my trust. I was really wanting someone to look up to, through all that I was going through. So, but anyway, I'm gonna just go ahead and, just share like what she said, in just a short clip, like, yeah, And like I said, this is not to make her look bad or anything like that. I just really wanted, to warn others that, this type of theory is totally wrong, and I don't really like to see people blame themselves for the abuse that, their partner or whoever gave them. It's not their fault. It's really important that they know this. And, yeah, and then after that, I'll share more of my thoughts on what she says. So, all right, so here it is. And yeah, and if the volume is too low, I'm sorry about that. You could just turn it up. I know I don't have like really the best devices at the moment, but yeah, just I hope that you can hear it. If not, just turn up the volume. All right, so here it is.
Past life karma cycles. It says this indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. So if you having like this situation with somebody, it's past life karma. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. So basically what I always talk about in my readings, you know what I'm saying? Some people don't understand that in order to be able to move forward, you can stop talking to the person, but if you still holding on to anger, bitterness, resentment, you pissed off and you ain't healed, and you not gonna be able to move forward. And Spirit is saying the way to pay your lesson, to pay your debt with your karma, is to take ownership for your part, because it ain't just all that person's fault. It's not. Spirit said it ain't all their fault. It's not. A lot of, you know what I'm saying, y'all got to take accountability for the part you play, because a person can only do what you allow them to do. I'm just saying, don't get mad at me, get mad at them, because that's what they see. But yeah, in order to be able to move forward and in order to pass this test, whatever it is, you have to forgive the person, and you have to forgive yourself, and you also have to take accountability for yours. Because like I said, Spirit is saying it ain't all on that person, because the person can only do what you allow them to do. So,
Alrighty, so I think I've heard just about enough here, and I guess you get the general idea. But yeah, I suppose it doesn't take too much of a genius to see where this becomes problematic here. I myself used to blame myself for my former abuser's behaviors because I believed I was a bad person who deserved it. That's just where I was emotionally at the time. As a chronically battered child, I was used to this sort of thing, so it was normal to me. I wasn't able to really recognize abuse when others were still giving it to me because it was just all I knew. And then, when others, including even some police officers, told me it was my fault, they essentially would, decide with my abuser or abusers against me, which in turn only further reinforced that negative belief about myself, or that I had about myself at the time. So, and yeah, this then only made it all that much more difficult for me to leave, my perpetrator. And this also caused me to victim blame others in my situation too. So yes, I do understand, the ignorance that people have, and I now realize that abuse is a choice, and there is just absolutely no excuse for it. And yeah, unfortunately, the reason victims often stay with their abusers is because of how much the abuser controls the situation. The victim gets cut off and isolated from family and friends. It's, yeah, it's really complicated. There are just so many extenuating circumstances that could stop, the victim from leaving. They might not have the money, they might not have the job skills or the housing, or, in more extreme situations, the abuser physically incapacitates the victim or threatens to kill the victim and things like that, if they leave. And in my case, I was subjected to false imprisonment, by the guy. And maybe I'll get into that, in another video. But yeah, I just wanted to I was really trying my best to explain these things to her. But it does sadden me that she really wasn't willing to hear me out, or that, I guess, the only life lesson that I guess we can get from this is that, it's okay to like someone or follow someone on YouTube if you want to be entertained by that person, or if you like their content. And, I'm not trying to say all this to write her off as just being this terrible, evil person, because like I tried to say before, I don't know her, she and I, we don't know each other, and, I'm not trying to start anything. I just want to, just remind others that, regardless of how popular on YouTube someone might be, it's always best, I think, to just be careful, because not everyone is all that they seem always. And it's not a good idea to believe the things that everyone says if they're not really qualified to say it, or if they don't really have any credentials to say certain things. It's just best, I think, just to be careful. And yeah, I myself am not really, interested in, becoming famous on YouTube. It's fine if there are some people who do want that. That's cool. That's on them. I'm just not really interested in that sort of thing. Personally, I just don't like being in the limelight. That's just not who I am. But even though I guess I do have the potential to get there one day if that's what I would want. However, I'm just not really interested in that. I'm not, out for that. I just want people to know this. And, and yeah, even if I were to get there one day, I don't think that I would want to, be there if it would cause me to act this cocky and, and to want to just put my image, ahead of human safety like that. I don't think that I would want that. And yeah, that's one of the things that just kind of just left this unsettling feeling, in me about this lady. So, even though I'm, like I said, I'm still gonna, watch her videos, only for the entertainment factor, but, just, I don't think I can really quite take myself, or take her quite as seriously as I used to, because, I'm just, yeah, I am starting to question, what she must really be like, right, by this point. So, but yeah, but it's cool. I just wanted to put this out there. It's up to others, whether they want to listen or not, or whether they want to follow her or not. I totally respect you either way. And yeah, and yeah, just please understand, regardless of whoever says this to you, or says this sort of thing to you, like that, you're at fault for, your abuser's abuse. It's totally wrong. That's just ignorance on that part of the person, or, in some cases, it also could just be, that person is an abuser themselves. I hope that's not the case, but unfortunately, it does happen that way. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. In the future, just be careful about who you watch and listen to on YouTube, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, all right, so yeah, thank you for watching, and in the future, I'll touch on this a little bit more once I find more time, and yeah, in the meantime, stay blessed and stay safe. All right, thank you for watching.